Okay, guys, I'm going to continue Revelation so we can all work together and decode and decipher and see what is to come. And we did chapter 1 the other day, so for anyone who hasn't yet watched that video, I encourage you to go back and check that one out. And we're going to continue in chapter 2. Now, John was being guided to write all that he sees and send copies to the 7 churches. And hear that? As usual, it's like right on cue, seriously, every time I go to do a video, aircraft. So annoying. But anyways, so 2 is going to begin to the church in Ephesus. 2, the angel of the church in Ephesus, write, the words of him who holds the 7 stars in his right hand, who walks among the 7 golden lampstands. I know your works, your toil and your patient endurance, and how you cannot bear with those who are evil, but have tested those who call themselves apostles and are not, and found them to be false. I know you are enduring patiently and bearing up for my name's sake, and you have not grown weary. But I have this against you, that you have abandoned the love you had at first. Remember therefore from where you have fallen. Repent and do the works you did at first. If not, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place unless you repent. Yet this you have. You hate the works of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To the one who conquers, I will grant to eat of the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God. To the church in Smyrna. And to the angel of the church in Smyrna write, the words of the first and the last, who died and came to life. I know your tribulation and your poverty, but you are rich, and the slander of those who say that they are Jews and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Do not fear what you are about to suffer. Behold, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison, that you may be tested, and for 10 days you will have tribulation. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. The one who conquers will not be hurt by the second death. To the church in Pergamum. And to the angel of the church in Pergamum write, the words of him who has the sharp, 2-edged sword. I know where you dwell, where Satan's throne is. Yet you hold fast my name, and you did not deny my faith, even in the days of Antipas, my faithful witness, who was killed among you, where Satan dwells. But I have a few things against you. You have some there who hold the teaching of Balaam, who taught Balak to put a stumbling block before the sons of Israel, so that they might eat food sacrificed to idols and practice sexual immorality. So also you have some who hold the teaching of the Nicolaitans. Therefore repent. If not, I will come to you soon and war against them with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To the one who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone with a new name written on the stone that no one knows except the one who receives it. And to the church in Thyatira. And to the angel of the church in Thyatira write the words of the Son of God, who has eyes like a flame of fire, and whose feet are like burnished bronze. I know your works, and service, and patient endurance, and that your latter works exceed the first. But I have this against you, that you tolerate that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess and is teaching and seducing my servants to practice sexual immorality and to eat food sacrificed to idols. I gave her time to repent, but she refuses to repent of her sexual immorality. Behold, I will throw her onto a sickbed, and those who commit adultery with her I will throw into great tribulation, unless they repent of her works. And I will strike her children dead, and all the churches will know that I am he who searches mind and heart, and I will give to each of you according to your works. But to the rest of you in Thyatira who do not hold this teaching, who have not learned what some call the deep things of Satan, to you I say, I do not lay on you any other burden. Only hold fast what you have until I come. The one who conquers and who keeps my works until the end, to him I will give authority over the nations, and he will rule them with a rod of iron, as when earthen pots are broken in pieces, even as I myself have received authority from my Father, and I will give him the morning star. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. So, John is a lot like some of us who receive messages in dreams or visions or in meditation of things that are not only happening now, but are to come. And with those, we are called to share these messages gifted to us in the Spirit when we are in that quiet communion space with God. And it is for preparation for what is to come. I firmly believe with all my heart that the book of Revelation is speaking of times now, here in 2019, where we are today, and that it is very much a spiritual war as well as war between nations on the earth. The attempt of removing Christ and removing the name Jesus from anything, removing anything holy or good that is left in this world. And it won't work. It's already been written, therefore it is. And I am going to continue to share readings from the book of Revelation. If anyone has any insight to help decode these messages with me, I would be so grateful to you. And maybe we can help teach others so that everyone can be aware and make good choices. And when the word repent is used, it is meaning to turn away from evil. Don't spend your time watching filth on television or the internet, or having hatred or anger in your heart, or treating others cruelly, or lying and being manipulating others and things like that. It is turning from evil and doing what is good. And even as Martin Luther King Jr. said, do the right thing even if you stand alone. I'm a firm believer in that. Right is right, wrong is wrong, good is good, bad is bad. And the more we can come together as brothers and sisters in peace and love and loving kindness and healing others, helping others, teaching others, guiding others, sharing the word of truth, the way of life. This is, for some of us, our mission, and there are many out there who need to hear it, who don't know. Maybe they were never taught. And I, just like St. Francis of Assisi stated, I read it in my earlier video, that of all things unholy I have been. And yes, I have. I am not a preacher. I'm not a holier than thou, Bible thumping, reading doctrine over and over. I just share the truth the best way that I can, because I firmly, honestly believe and know, because I'm living proof, that God uses broken people to fix broken people. And I was broken for a very long time. And I would choose never for someone else to have to suffer the things that I have been through. Although it has made me stronger and I came out a conqueror, if I can spare one other person from having to walk in those ways, then I feel that I've done my job, because it's a lot of pain and suffering. And I love you all very much. That was chapter 2. I'm going to continue, hopefully 1 video a day, if my phone doesn't crap out, because it's just flickering and on and off, and so I'm like crossing my fingers every time I do a video. I'm praying that it goes through. So far, so good. So each day I'm going to try to do another chapter, and get people aware of the times we are truly in. So put on your armor, people, because it is warfare against our spirit right now. And don't be afraid. God clearly states, "Be not afraid, for I am with thee." So to me, what can mortal man do to me? Yeah, really, nothing. Love you guys.